Hello friends. On September 5th this year, we remembered Gauri Lankesh 4 years after she was shot dead by right-wing extremists. Also, Times of India recently had an article titled 4 Murders Every Indian Must Know About. These were not just murders of people, but it was an attempt to malign the constitution of our country. The 4 murders were a blatant attack on one of the most basic democratic values, freedom of expression. It was also an assault on rationalism and secularism. So we at the Upfront want to make sure that our viewers will know about these murders and stand up to be another Dr. Narendra Dabholkar, another Dr. Govind Pansare, another Professor M.M. Kalaburgi, and another Gauri Lankesh. So today in this video, let us look into the lives of these 4 people who sacrificed their lives for free speech in this country. Before we move ahead, please subscribe to the Upfront and press the bell icon to get notification of all our updates. I'm Nihal Muhammad and you're watching the Upfront. Dr. Narendra Dabholkar was one of those rationalist thinkers who took on deep-rooted superstitious practices and their proponents. In late 1980s, Dabholkar revitalized the superstition thought process by founding Maharashtra Andhashraddha Nirmulan Samiti after leaving his decade-long medical practice. The main aim of he and his mans was to build an anti-superstition legislative framework. Along with being long-time editor of Marathi weekly Sadhana, which champions liberal thought, Dabholkar was very active in movements dedicated to scientific temperament and equality among various sections of the society. On 20th August 2013, while out on a morning walk, Dabholkar was shot down by 2 gunmen near Omkareshwar Temple, Pune at 7:20 am Indian Standard Time. The assailants fired 4 rounds at him from a point-blank range and fled on a motorcycle parked nearby. 2 bullets hit Dabholkar in his head and chest and he died on the spot. Ironically, within days after his murder, Government of Maharashtra cleared the pending Anti-Superstition and Black Magic Practices Ordinance, which became law in December 2013. An article on The Hindu on August 28, 2013 read like this: "Sorry, Dr. Dabholkar, we failed you. We are ashamed that we may fail to find your assassins. We are ashamed that we will move on expediently. We are ashamed that we are lethargic bystanders of the present. Sorry, doctor, we never deserved you." Dr. Govind Pansare, author of the best-selling Marathi language biography of 17th century ruler Shivaji, Shivaji Kaun Hota, Govind Pansare was a left-wing Indian politician of the Communist Party of India. Unlike many xenophobic leaders who target Brahmins across the board, Pansare pointed out that Brahminism or Brahmanya was a disease which consisted of hating others and considering oneself supreme regardless of flaws, which was not peculiar to the Brahmins but also affected other castes. Govind Pansare used to run an organization which encouraged inter-caste marriages. He had opposed the Putrakameshti Yajna, a Hindu ritual that supposed results in a male child. He had protested toll taxes. He had also criticized the glorification of Nathuram Godse, the man who killed Gandhiji. After the murder of Narendra Dabholkar, the anti-superstition activist, Pansare had asked the members of Maharashtra Andhashraddha Nirmulan Samiti to continue his work. Pansare and his wife were shot by 2 assailants while they were out on a morning walk on 16 February 2015. While Uma Pansare survived the attack, the CPI leader died 4 days later. After being riddled with roadblocks, the case saw a breakthrough in 2019 as investigative agencies found crucial links connecting Pansare's killing with the murders of rationalist Narendra Dabholkar and journalist Gauri Lankesh. But the key evidence to nail the killers, the murder weapon, is yet to be found. M.M. Kalburgi was an Indian scholar of Vachana Sahitya in the Kannada language and academic who served as the Vice Chancellor of Kannada University in Hampi. A noted epigraphist of Kannada, he was awarded the National Sahitya Academy Award in 2006 for Marga 4, a collection of his research articles. In June 2014, addressing a seminar on anti-superstition bill in Bangalore, Kalburgi cited U.R. Anantamurthy's 1996 book Bettale Pooje Yake Kuradu, Why Nude Worship is Wrong, in which the writer narrated his childhood experience of urinating on idols as an experiment to see whether there would be divine retribution. This led to protests from the right-wing groups Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Bajrang Dal and Sri Ram Sena against both the writers. On 30th August 2015, two men on a motorcycle came to the residence of Kalburgi in the Kalyan Nagar locality of Dharwad and knocked on his door. Kalburgi's wife Uma Devi answered the door to the two men who posed as students of Kalburgi. She went inside to fetch coffee for them, but at 8:40 a.m. one of the men fired 2 rounds at point blank range, striking at Kalburgi's chest and forehead, while the other waited outside keeping the motorcycle running. Immediately following the shooting, the assassins fled the scene on the motorcycle. Kalburgi's assassination was condemned by many political leaders and social activists. Gauri Lankesh was an outspoken critic of right-wing politics. She was also a champion of Dalit, tribal and minorities' rights. Gauri, who was the editor of weekly Kannada tabloid Gauri Lankesh Patrike, was a vocal critic of Hindutva. She was honored with the Anna Politkovskaya Award for speaking against right-wing Hindu extremism, campaigning for women's rights and opposing caste-based discrimination. In 2012, while participating in a protest demanding a ban on communal groups in Mangalore, she stated that Hinduism was not a religion but a system of hierarchy in society, in which women are treated as second-class creatures. On 5th September 2017, 3 unidentified men shot Gauri to death at her house in Rajarajeshwari Nagar, Bangalore. The men fired at least 7 bullets at her at around 8 p.m. while she was unlocking the main door of her house after returning from her office. One of the killers, who was waiting for her near her house, fired the first shots at her, while the other 2, who are suspected to have followed her from her office, joined the initial shooter thereafter. The killers were wearing helmets and escaped on a 2-wheeler Honda Dio after the murder. 3 of the bullets pierced Gauri's head, neck and chest, resulting in her death at the scene. The Congress leader and then Karnataka Home Minister Ramalinga Reddy compared the murder to that of Narendra Dabholkar and M.M. Kalburgi. Security agencies suspect that the murders of Govind Pansare, Narendra Dabholkar, Gauri Lankesh and M.M. Kalburgi were carried out by the same set of people. This conclusion was drawn after a ballistic report by a Bangalore forensic lab suggested that Pansare and Dabholkar were murdered with the same gun. Further, the second weapon that was used to shoot Pansare, a 7.65 mm country-made pistol, was also used to gun down Gauri Lankesh and M.M. Kalburgi. Let us hope that such murders are not repeated in the future. Everyone must have the freedom to speak out his or her views without any kind of fear. Once everyone has freedom, only then can we say that we live in an India of which our forefathers dreamt. Apart from this, we can remember these 4 champions of democracy by standing up for the exploited and the underprivileged. If you like the content we provide, please subscribe to the Upfront and press the bell icon to get notification of all our recent updates. Please share our videos and educate others. Thank you.